So
Alex,
it's time
really?
to move on, ladies.
Really?
Fantino, the feds, I think of what Vic Fideli said about the provincial Conservatives, that they're always giving people a reason not to vote for them. I can't help but think that about the federal Conservatives.
especially Fantino.
Yeah, here's a man who clearly is a little rough around the edges. He's a tough guy. Is this the right file for him to be on? I mean,
No.
do you need somebody with that kind of aggression looking after the veterans, Tara?
Yeah, I think that he's always been a gruff individual. We've seen it in the way that he dealt with Caledonia. He has you either love him or hate him. There is no in between with Julian Fantino. He is an MP. He was given this file, perhaps a little bit too rough around the edges to deal with veterans.
But you'd think with his history
And
of
we've
law
seen
enforcement,
this.
there'd be a common denominator
but
there.
we've seen this, not just in the past year, but for a longer period of time.
Well, then the Prime Minister needs to speak with the Giuliano and say, "Oh,
And
what's
now
happening
the
here?"
Prime Minister has given him more tools. Perhaps we can call them that, to perhaps soften his edges.
I mean,
support
these are
staff.
people
He does
in the
need more
military,
support staff.
men and women in the military that are sacrificing their lives, and we're treating them like
they're disabled. They are disabled, and they're not getting the money that they deserve. I believe it's $1.1 billion over an 8-year period was not flown where it was supposed to. This isn't a case of somebody
You're talking about what we were talking about a couple of weeks ago about the money?
This is not an issue of somebody being
Service centers are being closed because, unfortunately, many of those veterans are dying out. They're older.
and there are a lot of new veterans coming along with all the troubles in the world
But
that
I
we're
think
going
that
through.
this is not an issue of somebody being gruff. This is just plain and simple mismanagement. That's why the auditor came in. That's why the auditor gave a scathing report. I mean, this is an individual who
you just need a kinder
file.
face. You need a kinder face.
Well, even from a PR perspective,
has nothing to do with kindness.
Even from a PR perspective, I mean, they must be able to do better than this, because I mean, over and above the policy,
you know what, Scott, though,
just his demeanor is killing
people,
them.
Scott, this is not about splashing and being in the media. This is about these are real people.
Yeah.
And real people
That are
who
not
are
getting
not
any sympathy
getting
at all.
the benefits that they deserve.
At all.
We have individuals who are entitled. They fought for us.
You know what? You're always gonna have individuals, regardless of what party is in power, that are going to fall through the cracks, and that
That is a terrible attitude.
No, they're not just
and
a
that
few
are going to be.
people.
It is not a bad
There's
attitude,
not
Alex.
just
They
few
fall
people falling through the cracks.
and then you have to find them, and you have to get them the things that they need.
But you're not.
But we are
You're
providing
not.
a tremendous amount of money.
No, you're
much
giving
more
excuses.
money. No, we are
You're
not,
giving
Alex.
excuses.
to
Now
the
you're
Treasury.
just talking. We are providing more money than your government would ever give to the military or your government, Ron.
Oh, I don't think so.
Do not support the military in ways that we do.
You're reannouncing the same funds over and over again, Tara.
The extra two. No, I don't think we are, Alex. Stuff came out this week, and it is not going to be over the past 6 years.
And when are they going to get it?
The next 6 years.
Many will say over the years that this had nothing to do with parties. I mean, you go back to the government of the day over years, none of them have really treated veterans all that well. How come it's in the public psyche now? How come we're seeing this? And
well, I think
it's
all
got
that's
traction.
happened with Nathan Cirillo, with Vincent, now that we are...
so until we were attacked on home soil...
Yeah, but that was very, very close to home.
Yeah.
And we are now in combat in the Middle East, trying to fight off ISIL, in which I hope that this combat ends very, very soon in victory, because there are many innocent people being killed.
I think that our vets have always been front and center. I think the difference is that Conservatives are giving cuts to them now. We read about the story, of course, of the man from Afghanistan.
We're trying to help them in a different way, Alex.
And he doesn't qualify for long-term disability.
And that's what the media is for, to get that story out there so that the government can get off their butt and actually do something about it. So good on them for putting the story forward. As I said, there are always going to be somebody that doesn't get the help that they need when we try to give it to everyone.
That will be a great tagline in the next election.
We tried to help you, but we couldn't find you.
We'll get it done when the media busts us.
Yeah. When we find you.
Last week, NDP Member of Parliament took time to commemorate fallen Tamil tigers, liking it to Remembrance Day. Canada still, of course, considers this a terrorist